The weird silence at the beginning right now is just um I'm feeling in some ways hella overwhelmed by a lot. Um just got finished watching for maybe the second time video by Miss Tiffany Hills. Um because for some reason um Mr. Bobby Hemmit has kicked in to my spirit like heavily over the past couple of months and super heavy over the past couple of weeks or so, where I just started thinking about him heavily, and I just all of a sudden I started seeing his material, pop up all over my algorithm slash YouTube feed or whatever you want to call it. And I've been kind of questioning and wondering, how is he? What's going on with him? Or ultimately, is he still here with us? And I kind of typed it in again today to see if something new would come up. And I saw her same video for the second time. But this time when I watched it, I felt a little bit more different. Kind of almost how she felt in the video of recording it. More like angry and disappointed and, you know, rightfully so. And as I kind of commented in her video, I remember him, um, I think Panic as well, but I remember him mentioning her quite a bit in a good way, like she was his um, student almost. Um, Main thing is this, I want to say to the brother spiritually, thank you, for uh, everything. I came across you in 2009, the top, very top of 2009, and I saw your videos titled certain things, and I was like, this nigga got to be crazy. Who the fuck is this? And something had me click, and when I clicked, I was in. Like, down that hole I go. But the funny thing is, when some people are pulled in, those are the exact people who I feel sometimes are maybe the most powerful because they come the purest. Because what I notice about a lot of those in said community, very cocky, very arrogant, they talk too fucking much. They're always trying to let you know they know something. And I found myself, I've got caught in that a few times myself, and I had to catch myself and pull back because this ain't some David Copperfield type shit. This is when you really think about the magnitude of what, Brother Bobby speaks on. And then recently, I kind of found what I would consider his white counterpart. No offense, because I don't even think he'd be offended. As he said, don't look at everybody as bad, because some people can still teach you something that you need to fucking know. and that's a gentleman by the name of Mr. Bill Donahue. And I'm like, oh shit, this is the white version almost of him. If not right spot on, but of course, saying things in a different manner, but the same fucking thing. And I'm like, okay. Um, and then, like I said, I remember, being around some of these camps for a while, and obviously entry level, so I'm getting what I need to get. But the maturity in me as a person, I'm like, okay, how do I apply this? And this is actually serious. This is not some uh, here and now type shit where you're trying to topsy turvy flip the tables on the white man and take all his shit so now you can own all the Cadillac dealerships and this, that, and other. This is science at a level that's damn near uncomprehensible. And when Bobby, you speaking on coming up out of this, and I started feeling that like, damn, I see what he's saying. Like, really coming out of this and raising back to uh, or up to, a level of supremacy, like real supremacy. Because I'm back in the West End now for a while. And I'm looking around and I'm like, shit, I see what the elder is talking about. Of course, I see it for my own self, not just because he said it. You know, I see it based on what I took from him during the first phase and just my own personal growth and my own coming online myself. And I'm like, shit, man, this is deeper than just like something is really fucking wrong with us on a whole nother level. And another gentleman that passed back in 21, I believe, much respect I give to him as well. One Mr. David Carroll, and he used to always sign off his videos in his last couple of years, I remember. I remember him saying and laughing after he said it, can't nothing help you niggas now but science. And I'm like, oh shit. Then I connected it to, and so, and sorry for rambling, but it is what it is. This is me talking. So whatever you want to do with your own stuff, you do it. But ultimately, I give respect to Bobby as an elder, and I appreciate, you know, what I took from him and cultivated it down in, and the spirit already had that ready for me to cultivate um, in a major way, obviously, um, because I am the one of one in my own family, of course. It's kind of scary. I think my aunt may be similar, but she's not fully ready to just let go of that teat and that umbilical cord. Um, and being one of those sensitive type people that I'm always sensing shit and watching and seeing things, and I'm like, okay. And so when Tiffany, was mentioning people doing shit coming for you, you can when you really in tune and you really wake, you really start to see it and know it, you could literally see that fucking demon right in front of you for what it's worth for that term. Um, Trying to siphon off you or basically take you out because they just hate that fucking light in you for whatever reason. Of course, no, for whatever reason they hate it because they hate it. They don't want it shining because it shines their way as well. Um, I appreciate it because at this time I just walk around with no fear. I kind of always have for a while, but you get caught up in a lot of this bullshit. You start back clicking on news links, you start back clicking on, and you have to remind yourself, come the fuck out of that shit because it's draining and it ain't nothing but something that's dropping dimes in your fucking head that's causing unnecessary fear tactics. As I told you before, I don't need no fucking gun. I don't need no fucking AK. I don't need no fucking rifle. I can bear arms if I want to. I'm not a damn fool. I'm not stupid. But at the same time, when I know what agreement me and the spirit has based upon past events, then that weapon can stay where it need to stay. Because at the end of the fucking day, when I know what I know, what I know, you're not fucking touching me. You're not doing nothing to me. You're not doing no harm to me. You're not gonna even put a fucking scratch on me because you just ain't. Because I just know it. You just ain't. But at the same time, when I go out, I move accordingly. Respect other people. So I ain't no fucking idiot. You don't move around the hood or the neighborhood or different places. You don't walk around frowning up at people and side eyeing people and being disrespectful and shit like that. Or the covering may be moved for a short time for you to get touched. But because I know I move within that space, I just don't worry. And at the same time, I'm not looking over my shoulders every 5 minutes either. Um, Not fearing World War III, not fearing uh, no fucking Project 2025. Because if somebody's telling you about it, aka DL Hughley and all these other fucking clowns, um, it's usually already done, too late, or it's to plant the seed to get you to um, start manifesting that shit. Just like we done manifested everything else through fear. So once they get us to latch on to it, same with some of these other situations, here it comes. Um, and so that's the biggest thing I appreciate most about what I took from Brother Hemmit. I call him the elder because I just once I started seeing him as that in a good way, respectful way, it was just like that's that's my elder right there. I ain't even never met, bro, but I have talked to years ago when I first kind of was really on to him, and I remember, guess his old lady wife Linda. I talked to her on the phone once. She was really nice on the phone because I got some stuff from him once. Um, but and I don't even know if I asked was he there or not, but I didn't want to get into bothering him or I didn't feel the need that I had to speak to him at the time. Um, but for just us as a whole, I think we are about to go through some transformative things because it's about that time to turn this thing upside down. And I believe in the process we're gonna have to get rid of a lot of dead weight, dead slash bad energy, a lot of bad actors, so forth and so on. That's why I fly solo dolo. Not because I know everything, it's because I can tap into Bobby, I can tap into Bill, of course, tap into myself, and not claim to know everything, but just keep stirring the pot, keep putting it all together as the spirit um, leads me forth, which is why I can come back to I have no fear. Like when time is up, in my mind, I'm already saying like, shit, I don't want to come. I ain't coming back here. Not just now. I don't want to. I ain't. Like to this fucking earth, this planet in this shape with these fucking people. Nah, fuck that. Do that for. Shit is stupid. I'm not coming back here. So my thought process is almost like maybe this is exactly what I was supposed to do to remember that this was the reason to get it right or to wait to just get it. Like exit and don't fucking come back. Exit and don't fucking come back. And as I read some of the books that Bobby had talked about, uh, like Maya Magic by Kenneth Grant, and but the best one I remember, or the best two, was Universe, Earth, and Man by Rudolf Steiner, and The Spirits book by Alan Kardec. That was the one that just threw me for a loop, and I gotta find that book um, because it was just the way this spirit was communicating its lingo and just talking about different things on that level versus the way we see it through an American English speaking human level type thing, way beyond that, way beyond. Um, so I knew at some point I was going to say, make this video. You know, I've been kind of procrastinating, I guess, and forgetting, but seeing her again with that same video, it just, made me just say, um, made me just go ahead and tap back in and do it. Especially since over the past week, I've really been, even at work, I've been listening to just rounds and rounds and rounds and rounds of his stuff. Like, okay, okay. And I'm like, why the fuck am I back in the West End again? Or just period. Like, of all places I would pick to live, this ain't one of them. But being back over here, my attitude is a little different. I'm not as impatient as I was before. I'm not turning my nose, and I didn't mean to be that way, but it was just like, God, I'm so sick of you, mother, Nick, and in this route, now when I'm moving around and when I'm, you know, having to do certain things and cutting through Lee Street and, which who cares? I mean, this is where I live. Ain't nobody doing nothing to me, so I'm not worried about that. But when I'm cutting through and I'm seeing the people, and I'm like, these still your folks, these still your people. They not filthy ass dogs, they not animals, they just they just in a bad state. And then when I'm looking closer, I'm like, damn, I see kind of what he like some stuff I done heard him say years, like some of these people not even there. And I'm like, shit, that cause like you just ain't you can't be there when you will walk right in the middle of fucking traffic and just stand there and everybody is going a minimum of 40, 50 damn miles an hour in the middle of the night or day. And I'm like, damn, is these folks even here? These just bodies walking around and these folks just gone. From the standpoint of, but respectfully not, uh, like I said. So when I see, dad around the corner, at first it was a little agitating, but now it's like, nah, you know what? That's dad. Dad is an elder, homeless or not. If I can do something for him, I do it. If I can't do it that day, or ain't in the giving spirit that day, then I just politely decline. But what I don't have to do first, and what I'm not gonna do, is treat dad ill-advised, because I never know who dad really might be underneath all that. If that makes sense. Never know who the fuck I'm entertaining. Um, so, my thought process is different. Being over here, I'm rising earlier than I'm accustomed to, because I'm used. I've always kind of sometimes had trouble getting up in the morning time. Now I'm up, and not just up dragging, but I'm up, like up moving, like I got something to do, purpose. Um, so to all the true people, the pure people, it's crazy how the few rule over the many, so to speak. And in this instance, it seems like the few got to do all the fucking work for the many. But it is what it is. Um, when I think about what all this means, you kind of realize like how blessed, for lack of a better word, not the religious term, but just the gratitude to the universe, however that process works, that, because that you tried very hard to stay inside the fucking matrix. I wanted that Benz, I wanted money, I wanted the broads, the females, I wanted the high life, especially here in this city, with it being, the height of the Mecca at one point, when shit was really good. And to not necessarily attain that and have that replaced with this, that 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 when you understand it, it almost kind of, not almost, but it'll humble you like majorly, because you understand this temporal shit versus real fucking eternal like type stuff. Which you handle your business here, you still, and as a potential reward, the spirit still may unlock certain things for you here to let you get a little taste of that. But only because the mind frame is different, the material, the mental state, my mental state is different. So I don't look at a Benz the same. I don't look at money the same. I don't look at houses, clothes, anything the same. Just, I like nice stuff, but stuff is stuff. It is what it is. So I don't have to have necessarily a Benz. I'm cool with a black on black Accord. You know, uh, I don't have to have a Balenciaga T-shirt or whatever. I'm cool with a nice, simple, clean Calvin Klein T-shirt on sale. I don't have to live in a 5,500 square foot house. I'm cool with something 1,100 square feet because I can take care of every damn bill. I can keep the refrigerator full with food. I can pay my fucking taxes for what it's worth. I can do everything I need to do and still have uh, adequate resources to do everything else that I need to do. While a lot of you other jokers are about to pull your goddamn hair out and jump off a fucking cliff or a bridge because your blood pressure is going through the roof and a stroke is almost upon you because you can't keep up, but yet you have it all. You got all the bread, you got all of this, that, and the other. Men and women alike, and that's why your damn children turn out the way they turn out because they get it from you. Apple don't fall far from the tree. Please believe that. Um, didn't mean to veer off too much, but it all goes together. So, as far as what Miss Tiffany was saying, if Mr. Bobby is gone, like I said, I can't speak for it and say he is or is not. All I say is if he's gone, I hope that his soul spirit is definitely where it's supposed to be. And I don't believe anything or anybody can stop that per se. No matter how, even if they try. You can't block the whole fucking universe. You can't block the the that type of power. Um, that I do believe to be a fact. And like I said, sir, I appreciate you and I thank you. Come back to the Sober Thinkers channel. I always forget to do that salutation. I don't really be thinking about all that shit, man. Just I'm not trying to make the perfect videos no more. Just get on here, say what you need to say. People rock with it, they do. If they don't, they don't. It's for those that want to hear it or meant to hear it. If not, go your way. It is what it is. But I appreciate everybody in general. So I didn't, say that with no hatefulness or nothing, but it's just, it is what it is. All this thought, too much thought to all this stuff, you know. Um, but that's it. Until next time, Sober Thinkers channel. Think wisely, think positively, think soberly. Peace.